What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Nocturnals podcast. Pretty much, I've been thinking, you know what might be cool? A podcast. A podcast might be cool to do. The Nocturnals, it might just be like a temporary name. I don't know if that's a permanent name. I might swap it or think of something better. But, I mean, I think it's kind of funny. It's like, it sounds, but basically it kind of sounds to me like it sounds like a superhero group, but like a crummy one, like that's what I imagine it would be called if there was a group of all of the former Robins, except if they weren't trained by Batman and instead they were just a group of people who were like, you know what, Batman inspires me, I should do that too. But like they weren't great and they had to kind of go together as a group, otherwise they would just all die. And they still only handle smaller crimes, like, not like Mr. Freeze or the Joker or anything. They're just handling like common crime whenever Batman's busy dealing with the big guys. And I mean, I figure the Nocturnals is a good name for a podcast that I run, because as of recording this, I started this recording at 4:45 a.m. And you might be like,
wow, Mr. Bluetooth, you sure did wake up early to record this podcast.
You clearly weren't listening to the first 5 minutes of this. The Nocturnals. I haven't gone to bed yet. I mean, as soon as I'm done this recording, as soon as I hit stop recording, I am going to bed, because it will be after the time that I would like to go to bed, because normally I go to bed at like 5:30. That's like an average day for me. I go to bed at 5:30, I wake up at 2 p.m., which is pretty cool. I mean, sometimes people are like, oh, how are you, if you're nocturnal, what do you do for hobbies and stuff? The same thing as anyone else. It doesn't really change. It doesn't really change a whole lot. Because, I mean, I go to a 24-hour gym, so I can still work out. And, I mean, I can still do some stuff. Like, it's just kind of early for me. Because, I mean, I still wake up at 2 p.m., so I'm still awake during normal human hours. Just not as many of them as other people. I mean, a lot of things do close before, like, my brain doesn't really wake up until, like, 10 p.m. Like, I might physically be awake by 3 every day, but I am not mentally awake. Yeah, no, my gym card was not working today, though, which was kind of unfortunate. So I just went on a walk instead, and I figured that's pretty fun as well. Like, straight up, I could become an urban legend in the neighborhoods surrounding where I live. Because, I mean, 3:30 in the morning, I just, like, left and started walking around and climbing on anything that looked climbable. And I just hung out outside for an hour. I mean, granted, they'll probably just assume not that I am some kind of monster from the abyss, but that I'm a crackhead, because we have a lot of those. So I have this theory, right? And I think it could be correct, because I think only 2 people I've asked about it out of like the 30 people I've asked have disagreed with it. That when you're 11, like your year of being 11 years old is always bad. For me, it was bad for like for me, it was one of the worst years of, like, my anger issues were really bad that year, and just all kinds of things along those lines. All kinds of things along those lines. And I don't know, it was just like, that's when little baby puberty starts. Not real puberty where it's like a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's about when you start getting like voice cracks and stuff. I don't know, that's when it starts. And like most people that I've asked, okay, admittedly, a very high percentage of people that I've asked have said, I don't remember when I was 11, what that was like. How would I remember that? But everybody that I ask that remember, excluding like my brother, I think, and he only liked his time being 11 because of the teacher that he had. But like everybody's being like, yeah, no, that sounds right. Like, I didn't like being 11. It was a bad year. Maybe I won't even make this be a podcast, and I'll just clip it down into a regular Helldivers video, but whatever. Been listening to a lot of Frank Sinatra. If you've never gave Frank Sinatra a listen, I highly recommend. Leave a comment if whether your year as an 11-year-old, yay or nay. I would assume everyone watching has been 11. Most people have been. Speaking of being 11, I think that was right about when I went from thinking that girls were gross to being afraid of women. And if that isn't character development, I don't know what is. Something that I see a lot of memes about is people being like, oh, how I hate when I have to write essays against my political beliefs for good grades. I never had that problem because my teachers just always assumed I was smart. And so instead of being like, write the correct political opinion and then defend it, I would just write my own political opinion and then defend it. And then my teachers would be like, wow, you've done a really good job playing devil's advocate. I never would have thought to make these points against this. Wow. That sure is cool. But they don't know that I'm just, that's my actual opinion. That's why I have such good points. But because I was smart, they weren't like, oh, I'm gonna mark you off for that. No, it's my actual opinion. And I mean, being the smart kid was just really helpful for a bunch of other stuff as well. Okay, don't you think that if Home Alone happened in real life, he would have just like found his dad's gun? I mean, it's America, right? Like, why wouldn't he just... Surely they would have a gun. Somewhere, something. Just shoot the intruders. No problem. How do people do this for an hour? This is probably just going to become a Helldivers video and not a podcast like I had initially planned. I can't talk for an hour straight. I don't have that many things going on in my brain. I mean, I do, but words are hard. I'm not even actually talking to anyone. I'm talking at a screen. My brain can't keep speaking for that long. Like right now I'm getting distracted by my game, but I would be getting distracted by literally anything. I mean, I did forget my topic, which I probably wouldn't have done if I was not playing a video game. But why have we not been able to figure out how to make ad volume and actual music volume or video volume the same? Because anytime I'm watching, not so bad with videos anymore, I feel, but like on Spotify, I'll be listening to music, I'm just hanging out, I'm chilling, bam, an ad, and it's like, it's bad enough that there's an ad because I don't want to listen to an ad, but then it's really loud and it hurts my ears. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would need a co-host if I did a podcast, because talking at myself is not easy. But then it would be like, who would I do it with? Because the whole concept would be I'm doing it at just terrible hours for normal people because I'm nocturnal. So then the options are making someone be sleep deprived to do the podcast, which is kind of funny. But I mean, like, people have actual lives and stuff to be doing. Like, the only way that would be a good idea is if it was like a content creator who has no particular schedule. But I don't know content creators because I'm not one yet. But I don't know. If I did a podcast, I wouldn't really want to do it with just content creators, because I feel like what makes a podcast good, at least the ones I listen to, is where it's like people who are friends, who aren't just friends for work, but like you can tell they genuinely like hanging out with each other, and they're, you know, this is what they do to hang out. Again, it's the thing where it's like you're just part of a group hanging out, and that's how it should feel when you're watching videos and stuff like that. I mean, right now you're just listening to me rant because I don't have anybody else with me at the moment. I mean, I don't have a way to actually verify to you that I recorded this as late as I did, or early, I guess, for normal people. But yeah, because I mean, it probably won't come out anytime. Like, it'll come out tomorrow sometime, and I don't know if it'll come out tomorrow at normal human times or tomorrow at a time that would be normal for me. At this point, I don't think I'm even talking about anything. I think I'm just saying words and hoping that it makes a little bit of sense. Hold on, let me pull out my phone. I had more topics than this. Never mind, I think that was all my topics. Okay, now one more thing. I've seen a few videos where people talk about, like, their weird childhood crushes. And those are always kind of funny, because it's like, what? But to me, that's, like, really weird. Like, I don't get that. When they say childhood, what do they mean? Do they just mean, like young teen? Do they mean, like, when they're, like, 6? Something wrong with you if, like, I don't know, maybe there's just something wrong with me, but I feel like if you have a crush when you're 6 years old, that's weird. I mean, to be fair, I thought girls were disgusting until I was like 12 years old. I mean, I still pretty much do, but that's not the point. I didn't know they existed until then, I guess. So are they talking about, like, when they were like 10, 11, 12, or, like, do most people just start having crushes way younger? I don't know. I thought it was gross when I was a kid. I did not understand the hype. People would be like, oh, who do you know, you go to school and everyone's like, oh, who do you have a crush on? Who do you have a crush on? And they're all telling each other, and I'm sat there like, I don't have one. And they're like, oh, you're just saying that to save face because you just don't want to tell us. No, I don't have, I don't know why I would. And, like, good for you guys, I guess, but I'm chilling. And then it would be like,
Well, then I'm not gonna tell you mine.
okay, that's chill, man. Alright. I mean, I think it's kind of funny to just know information like that about people. So I wouldn't say no if you're trying to tell me, but I don't really care. I don't speak words. I could just start uploading all of my Helldivers episodes, like, to Spotify as a podcast. Is that something you guys want? I could work on that. I mean, I don't think it would really matter. All that would do, I think, is take away from my views on YouTube, so I don't think that's particularly helpful. I don't think I have topics left. Like, I had things planned to talk about, and then it didn't take me as long as I thought it was gonna to talk about those things. So now I'm just kind of hanging out, I guess. But I'm just saying words. I'm tired. I should go to bed. But, like, I shouldn't be tired, though, because it's not even that late. I'm normally awake at this time. I think it's because I was outside walking around, and I saw the sun. Oh, have I even talked about that yet? No, I did, didn't I? Yeah. I already talked about, I was like, ooh, I might not have talked, I just did. I just talked about how I could become an urban legend or a crackhead. And then yeah. The other problem is I feel like my keyboard might be too loud. But I mean, I guess that's not really a big problem. It's just, I noticed it in the last video I made and it bothered me. Because, like, sometimes when it's really late, it's like, that's just the motivation, just the kick that my brain needs to, you know, be really inspired to do stuff and make something cool. But, like, right now I'm just kind of groggy. Maybe because I walked around for an hour. I don't know. That probably wouldn't do it. I'm not really out of shape or anything. Then again, that technically counts as cardio. And I did it on purpose. Oh no. The gym bros are gonna revoke my status. Though I am wearing a muscle shirt right now. I mean, underneath of a sweater. But I am wearing one. And it's the only one I own. And it's because my sister got it for me. Because she got us matching muscle shirts. Because I have a weird sister. I don't know. I would never wear a muscle shirt. I think it's weird. Why would I want to show people my shoulders and my armpit hair? Yeah, because, I mean, that's the whole reason why I'm, at this point, just nocturnal. Is because I kept just pushing the time I would go to bed later and later, because I would only feel motivated to do anything at night, right before when I'm supposed to be asleep. Maybe I'm just hungry. Nah, I'm not hungry. I've been eating a lot of pizza pops. Like, not even in just super recent, like, for the past, 6 months, I've been eating a lot of pizza pops. Like, if Pizza Pops wanted to sponsor me, that would be awesome. That would be, like, my dream sponsorship, you know? I love Pizza Pops more than I love most anything else. I love 24-hour gyms, and I love Pizza Pops. And that's That's about it. Oh, you know what meme I really like right now? Aliens meme. Where it's like, they thought the indomitable human spirit was a myth. That's funny. I like that. Also because it's true, and also it's conditioning me to get ready for an intergalactic war. And that's pretty cool. I want to do that. I want to put on a power suit and go fight bugs. Wait a second. Yeah, no, I just have a really squishy brain. Come on, man. War is cool. I don't care what anybody says. War is cool. I like war. Like, I get that it's like, you know, a lot of people die, and that's really not good and stuff like that. But come on, man. Weapons of mass destruction are cool. I'm just a guy. I like big explosions and big vehicles, and I like powerful things, and I like watching stuff die. I mean, I also like watching stuff live. I say that I'm not autistic. Like I swear it. I have ADHD, sure, but I don't think I'm autistic. All my friends tell me I am, but what do they know? And by all my friends, I mean just Timothy. The other day, I was going on a walk with my dog, and I saw a deer. So I just kind of sat down and looked at it for like 10 minutes straight up. I just sat on the ground in the dirt, pet my dog, and watched a deer. Just kind of, it wasn't even doing anything particularly interesting. It was just hanging out, and I thought that was cool. And I mean, it's not even like super rare to see a deer where I live. Canada, everybody. You're welcome. I ride a moose to work every day. I guess that's about it. Jesus loves you guys. Also, super quick rant, but this guy's like,
Why aren't you helping with the objectives?
but if you're actually paying attention to the gameplay in this video, I did the entire first and most of the second sub-objectives, and then cleared out an entire big nest. Also, see the one next to the B? That means I'm player 1, which means they joined on me, which means don't complain about it. Plus, I was really tired. I just wanted to go to bed. I mean, literally for the entire first half of the round, I was wondering where these people were because they weren't helping me with the objectives. But whatever. Buy merch, 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 buy the 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 merch.